So I've got this Excell pressure washer here. It's a 2500 psi I got in a lot of yard equipment a few months ago. I already took the carburetor off of it. It's got a Honda engine on it. I cleaned the carburetor once and thought I had it clean, but it's still starting and will only run on starter fluid. So I took the carburetor off a second time. Again, it's not the cleanest in there. It definitely left old dirty gas in, but I had all the jets clean and stuff, and so I figured that jets didn't get clogged back up. But one thing that I did miss on these Honda carburetors, or at least this one on the pressure washer, was the main jet here. The main jet ended up getting clogged up, but it's actually clean there. But what it is, this carburetor had a little piece inside it attached to these needle nose pliers here, that is actually what's clogging it and keeping it from running. Because you know, these Honda engines, they're pretty good runners even with old gas in them, but this one definitely got clogged up. Something interesting I haven't seen before on Honda, and figured that y'all would find it interesting as well. So I'm gonna clean this jet out. You're probably using some just regular old thin wire that I've got here, just to get it clean, and I'll put it back together and put it back on the pressure washer and see if it'll go. I was originally going to take the pressure washer and take the engine off of it, and I was going to turn it into a lawnmower engine, put it on a mower deck, because I didn't know how the pressure washer pump was, and I didn't think I had a way to test it because I didn't think I had the proper hose. But fiddling with some connections of some hoses and whatnot that I had, I was able to get the proper hose, or find a proper hose, make a proper hose, and then also attach it to this wand here. And so I'm able to test it and see if it works. And if it does, I'll put a quick connect on it, which I've already got. I just need the pieces for the angle for the pressure, and it'll be good, hopefully. And I might decide to keep it since I don't have a working pressure washer right now. So yeah, let me get this cleaned up in here. I'll get it back on the mower, and just before I do, I'll show you all that it screws down in here. I kind of got it a little gouged up when I was trying to take it off because it was in there so tight. But yeah, it screws down here. It just screws in, and that's how it works. So let me get this thing clean for y'all. Alright, so I used the wire that I said that I was going to clean that main jet, and I just put it back in like I showed y'all. You know, just standard carburetor, putting the needle and seat back in, and then screwing that piece back into the main jet after cleaning the main jet. And then I put it back on the mower here. Hondas are a little bit harder to get back on than, say, your Briggs & Stratton and Tecumsehs, because you've got a bunch of different gaskets and a bunch of different parts that have to line up to these two bolt hole, or with these two bolts and the two bolt holes in the side of the engine here at the intake. So if you can see back there, it's a gasket and then another gasket, and then you got this little metal plate here for the shield, and then you've got the carburetor. Then you've got a couple more gaskets, and then the air filter. So it's just putting it back on just like you took it off. And then this one in particular has the switch and the choke right here. So you got to put your choke back too into that slot, and you should be back in business. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the water back on my little spigot, and we'll set this down. We're gonna try and crank this up and see if it'll run. If so, I'm gonna be one happy guy. Alright, so I got the water on, the gas on. Let's see if this thing will run on its own this time. Oh, that's a good sign. Well, you heard it run for a few seconds there. That is a very encouraging sign that it runs on its own. I don't have much gas in it, so that's probably has something to do with why it cut off. But I'm gonna keep working on it, and that's a good sign that it'll run on its own. So I'm gonna keep working on it, and I think I'm gonna have me a good pressure washer here. So yeah, at first I was going to use this engine for push mower, but the threads, oddly enough, are not tapped on the bottom of this engine for it to be push mower worthy, and I wasn't going to put threads or tap threads, and actually ended up finding a good hose for it. So yeah, not too bad since I've already paid for the lot. I already gave my best friend one exactly like this that worked great as a thank you for using his truck and going down with me to pick up all those customer return lawnmowers that I have. And so this is a kind of a nice little consolation to me, for me to have a pressure washer exactly like it. So again, I'm just going to work on this a little bit more. I think I'll have it good, and hope y'all found this informative, especially with these Honda carburetors and that little jet within a jet, so to speak, on the main jet of these. And thank y'all for watching.